Hello, all you listeners out there around the world, furries and horror junkies alike. Welcome to the first episode of the Horror Cabin Podcast, a show where we talk about all things horror. I'm your host, Rojo the Demon Wolf, that loves scary stuff a little too much, or so I've been told. Joining with me, that will, hopefully stick around throughout the lifetime of the podcast, is we got Immortus the Wendigo over here.
Hey yo, what's up,
Hey.
peoples?
Hey, tell us a
Of the
little bit about
horrors.
yourself.
Hmm?
I said tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh yeah, so basically I'm a pretty much horror junkie, dark humor, gotta keep it on down low and all that stuff.
Dark humor. So-
Yeah, I'm a huge into gore, as you can see my name, and I'm a huge fan of Manhunt, so if you guys ever get into that,
Yeah.
look at that.
In fact,
Alright.
his profile pic actually has the guy that's
I'm getting a
from,
tattoo.
Yeah. So and Immortus is Latin for what exactly?
Undead.
Undead. So yeah, there you go. Mine's just Spanish for red, so mine's not that special. And then we also have another one here, the wonderful John Wolfsmith.
Greetings. Yeah.
Yes. Tell us about yourself. That's your cue.
Anyway, so my name's John. I am not a horror junkie like these two, but I know way too. For some godforsaken reason, I know way too much about horror and a few of the subjects and stuff like that. So they invited me because, hey, I'm the one-off that I could probably scare the shit out of this man and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
He pretty much knows horror stuff because of me. Let's be honest.
I don't.
Yes, I like to believe that. Anyways,
Yeah,
so
it's not funny.
how this is gonna work
Anyway.
is that we have, for each episode, we have 3 segments, meaning like 3 horror topics that we could talk about. And I'm basically gonna roughly have it like around 20 minutes or so. And just a signal for the other 2 here, when time is almost up, that I have on my phone, that I'm hoping doesn't go off like while we're doing that. Otherwise, it will scare me.
Yeah, that will screw the audio real bad.
Not just that, but it would also scare me because I have like a horror stuff on my phone. But I'll let them know that hey, time's almost up and all that stuff. So if you hear that, then that means they're gonna have to wrap it up and we're gonna have to move on. So, beginning with segment number 1. Who here is familiar with liminal spaces?
Liminal spaces. If I had to imagine liminal space, so for my understanding, because again, liminal spaces is still a little concept that I don't understand. Liminal spaces is something like the Backrooms, isn't it?
Well, it's where they got the idea from it. Like, it is because of liminal spaces. But we're just gonna talk about the images themselves before we get to the Backrooms and all.
The actual images. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So when you see a liminal space image, what's the first thing that you guys mostly feel?
Emptiness. Absolute emptiness.
Okay.
Let's just say there's a house, right?
Yeah.
And that street only has a few lights. Let's just take, for example, sidewalk is barely finished. Town is old. Town has a few 2,000 people living in it, right? And then at night, nothing happens because it's just a dead town and everybody's inside. And you can just see smoke and fog, and that's about it. And you can just hear this eerie kind of music playing over that. That's what I imagine. Liminal space. It could be anything.
You pretty much you pretty much explained what majority of the liminal space images would be like. Well,
Oh yeah.
So what I want us to do first is this is the little thing I'm going to test you guys on. Skinless, or as I call you, Skinless, Immortus. We basically did this before on Xbox before, like when before we did this whole podcast thing. John, I'm going to do it to you as well. So just be prepared for that. Anyways, Immortus, I want you to close your eyes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, like, what you see. Oh my god, my phone. Yes, I gotta turn you down as well. Give me a second. Oh my god. Of course, it's amazing. I get busy, and all of a sudden everyone needs my attention. Alright. Anyway,
No, that was me just sending you something stupid.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask you the first question. Like, I'm gonna tell you the room, and I'm gonna ask you, like, what you see. And then afterwards, imagine that there's an entity that would basically look like it belongs in that room. And it just wants you dead. I would ask you what it would look like. Now, starting with you, Immortus. Close your eyes.
Mhm.
Now imagine you're an image of children's birthday party room. What do you see?
See, we got pink chairs, blue all colors, pink, purple, plastic chairs. Very like those fat plastic ones.
Yeah.
They kind of look like puffy chairs. They're just plastic. And then you got a 6x7 table. Party hats all over the place. The wallpaper is like themed birthday, so it's got like confetti wallpaper. Smells like new carpet in there. The carpet's maybe a brown, a tan, and then the walls are just pure white.
Okay.
And then that's what I think of a birthday party like room area.
Yeah. And I normally start with that all the time because it's like one of my favorite things that, I learned.
Right.
Anyways, so now imagine there's an entity in that room. What would it look like?
Well, you'd think the theme would be happy, right?
Yeah.
The entity just looks happy, right? Unprovoked. It just has an unhappy face. So it just snarls and it just turns into this black mist with arms stretching out like a branch, right? So basically it just gets taller and taller, and then once the lights go out, the shadows in the room aren't shadows in the room. It's the entity. It's
So
the
it's
negative one.
So it's the kind of entity that, when provoked, that's when it goes in for the kill.
Yes.
Ooh, man. And what again does it look like when it was like unprovoked, like when it's left alone?
Unprovoked, it's full of black. Okay, so the opacity of it is black, full black. You can see it. It's got nothing but a smile, and that's it.
Okay.
And it's non-threatening. But when the lights go out, that's when it goes in for the kill. And you can take the images there, put it in your head, and say, "Oh, the kids in the room are all dead."
Those were
There you go.
victims.
There were kids in that party.
Yeah, they were.
Not anymore. All right.
Now.
That is morbid as shit.
Oh, dude, he comes up with
Indeed.
this is what I love about this guy. He comes up with the most creepiest shit ever. Now, John, now for you.
Okay.
I want you to close your eyes.
Alright.
This isn't like Walking in the Void or whatever stuff that I know you for.
Uh-huh.
So, imagine yourself in, let's say, a hallway in the wing of the hospital, or whatever they call it.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, fuck
Now-
off. If
Now,
this
what
was
is-
normal me, I would just fucking walk right the fuck out.
Okay. Now, what would you see?
Okay, so I think the best question is this a... You know what? I'm going to make this as creepy as fucking can. So this is a decrepit hospital wing. Absolutely.
Okay.
This thing was not fucking taken care of. Whether it was actively used or not used, there's fucking mold on the walls. The fucking ceiling tiles are just basically dripping mold. Just water damage everywhere. And that stupid ass wheeling wheelchair just creaking its ass out of a fucking room. Just normal horror bullshit. And it is just straight up it says, fuck, this is creepy.
Something tells me that you hate cliches.
I really hate cliches, but I enjoy them sometimes too. So that's what I see. It is normal hospital cliche, but it is much more severely damaged, and I think half the rooms are actually missing.
Oh, but like because of the debris or what?
No, like the stones at this point have decayed to a point where they are falling off the building.
Oh, so yeah, like I said, debris.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now, what entity do you think would reside in that area?
Hey, babe. Who else do you think would be in that type of hospital?
I am asking you that. That's the whole point of this.
I would imagine like wraiths of some kind, like an entity that is a collection of spirits and continues to collect and feeds off them, and it looks like it has change. It looks like a fucking demon itself. Like the whole face is just teeth. Whole face is just teeth.
Okay.
And It has swirling like these wisps and shit like that, and it just wanders the halls looking for some innocent fucking idiot to come enter these halls. Uh, and as it fucking moves around, of course, any spiritualist or that would understand that it makes things activate, such as lights and stuff like that. So you know where it is, can't see it until it's upon you.
So it has like paranormal like activity stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. And my guess is that the victims you talk about like were like in the beginning at least there were like a lot of mental patients that were there.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. You could think that they were manifested by those patients.
That would be interesting, honestly. Well, what you guys did basically is that we turn into like what would have been a liminal space image, and we turn it into its own backrooms level. Now, obviously, we all know what the backrooms are, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the whole thing that took the internet by storm, thanks to Kane Pixels, who actually started the whole backrooms thing in the first place. It's gotten so famous that people have made different levels. And how many there are, I have no idea because all I know is that there's hundreds of them, maybe thousands. And it's similar to the SCP Foundation, where they contained thousands upon thousands of entities. It has its own wiki, like with its own like level list. Now, what I want us to do is we talk about our favorite levels that are said to exist in the backrooms, and it could be more than one because let's do my phone here. We got about 10.5 minutes. Still talking about this. This is long.
Okay, so let's fucking quick fire the shit.
Well, we don't really have to quick fire. Technically, we're like halfway through the segment already, so you know.
I know, and I know if I start talking about it, I'm gonna fucking take the entire time. So you guys go first.
Okay, yeah. So for me, I have about 2 favorites, and the interesting thing about these that these are more said to be anomalous levels because they're not numbered. It's actually different. There's one called Level Fun. Now, Immortus, remember?
Oh God!
Now, Immortus, you remember the children's birthday party room that I told you about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is pretty much the majority of what Level Fun is. It's like any children's birthday party room that you might have actually been to but vaguely remember about, or at least like vaguely remember or like felt familiar with it.
Sorry.
Anyways, bless you. Anyways, they're basically birthday party rooms.
Talking horror.
It's what?
Don't you mean damn you since we're talking horror?
Anyways, still the birthday party rooms, as I said multiple times. And the whole point of that level is to basically be a deception on wanderers, from what I remember hearing. The entities that reside there are called partygoers. What they look like, I'm trying to remember. I remember it was like yellow leathery skin. Like, not like our skin, but like more, it's like more leathery. Like if you were to see like Leatherface's mask. You know, something like that. And in one hand, they're holding a red balloon. In the other hand, it's like they're messed up, deformed claws and stuff. And they basically chase after wanderers because they're hostile. And they act like a hive mind. I don't remember what the actual host looks like. But it does exist somewhere in Level Fun. And what they do to catch up to their prey, because they don't run all the time. In fact, they have a way to slow the wanderer down, and that's by playing nursery rhymes. And if the wanderer slows down, that's when they chase him for the kill. So that's one of my favorite levels. The other one is called Level exclamation point, or
damn it, you took mine.
Or as it's known as Run for Your Life. Well, John, since it's also your favorite, you want to talk about it?
Fucking Run for Your Life is one of those levels that you can actually enter by complete accident. Like you can, so we know in the backrooms you phase into the backrooms. Well, you can phase into exclamation point, exclamation point.
It's called no clipping, but okay.
Fuck off. Anyway, so Run for Your Life is basically you get trapped into this fucking hallway where there are obstacles and shit like that. But
hospital
behind you, every time, is every monster in the backrooms. They are chasing you.
Yeah, and literally everything, by the way.
And you have to run as fast as you can. Now, there is something else about exclamation point, exclamation point. There is a way to exit it. There's 3 ways.
Yeah.
The first way is you find an open door, because this hallway has a bunch of doors. You find an open door. You don't want to do that. Don't do that. Because that will lead to another worse version of this room. The other one is you find a blue door, which will lead you to, I think it was called the bathroom. I think it was what it was called.
I don't know.
And then there is just the straight exit, which will lead you to a random floor.
Yeah, and majority of the ones would basically go for that. They would go for that exit. They run all the way to the end of the hallway. That gets to the exit.
If they're smart, yes. But if you're just a wanderer, you don't know.
Well,
You're looking for it because you don't want to get caught by that shit. Now this will lead me to my second favorite.
Okay.
Which is exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, which is, oh dear God, run for your life. This is the worst version of exclamation point, and that's what this is the place where it will take you if you take a door.
We should just call it run for your life instead of just exclamation point.
Well, this one's actually very special because this time you have carpet fluid.
Oh.
You have sometimes carpet fluid will be around, like there's a lot more hazards, and you have to run farther. Like so much farther.
Yeah, so technically it's the same thing, but it's more it's like
it's
going
worse.
to a legendary mission instead of like normal difficulty.
Well, here's the difference. If you get out of this one and get to the end, it's possible it leads you to something called heaven, which is supposedly the exit to the backrooms.
Oh.
But that's if you get to the end.
Okay. Is that it?
So that's mine. So that's all mine.
And one detail that he forgot is that the whole time you hear alarms and stuff, so you're panicking.
Oh yeah, that too. So it is straight panic.
Just panic mode. All right, Immortus, your go.
All right, mine is level 203. The dead end. You can't leave. You're stuck. Stuck in the abyss of nothing. You don't know what entity lies around. You know why people can't leave this room? Because they don't come back. They die. The only way to enter this is door 6 or 8, I believe. They don't have an entity because nobody knows what it is, because nobody wants to come back. They can't come back. And what this is that it's just pitch dark, pretty much. There's a few lights. The only thing you can hear is the thoughts in your head and the blood running through your body. So, take this. You're in there. You're like, shit, I didn't want to go through this. Sometimes people go in there on accident, or there's an entrance. Here's the thing. Once you're in there, you're not getting out. Either the door traps you in there, or something in there traps you. Nobody knows what the entity is. It's unknown. Everything is unknown. This is the reason why I like this level so much. It's very talked about little much. Nobody really talks about it because it's unknown. Nothing is there. So that's my favorite one. I don't really have a second one. Mostly a first one, in my opinion.
So
like that's my number one.
How much time do we have left, if I may ask?
About 3.5 minutes. So, and I will say there's nothing.
I actually do have one more level. One more level.
I was talking.
Fair enough.
Okay.
It is called the Graveyard. This is another one that's not talked about much. This is, I think this is floor 996. I think I could be absolutely wrong on that. But this is called the Graveyard. This is where supposedly if you die in the backrooms, you go. You don't just vanish. You don't do anything. Like some people believe, like some of the entities, like literally suck your soul out. No, it is believed that this place is where you go because there's gravestones, tombs, and so much others. But there's a mystery to this place because there is a mountain there, but it doesn't seem like a mountain. It seems like a throne. And there are skeletons, giant skeletons, all over the place. It is a legitimate grave. The whole entire place looks like a grave, like a graveyard. And there is still so much not known about it too. Like there is an entity there, but you don't see it. Some people say it's in the air. You can feel it on your breath. But what they did find was a temple that had a sword in it, and the sword had an encryption that no one can read. It's uncipherable because it's not a language that exists as far as we know. But that's where I'm going to end that because there's so much more to that, so much more mystery, but it's not enough time for it.
So now, what I was trying to say earlier is that wait, is my voice normal? I got a voice changer on this mixer. I'm making sure I sound normal. Does that sound normal?
Yeah, you sound normal.
Okay. So what I was trying to say earlier, nothing is more terrifying than like fear of the unknown stuff. You know.
Oh yeah.
And it's and the crazy thing is that because you don't know what it is, you're coming up with so many theories as to what it could actually be, because something's out there, but you don't know what it is.
Oh yeah.
So so you're coming up with it could be aerial, it could be like I don't know, like a giant killer fish or whatever that swims underwater and shit. And the reason
that's why Subnautica works so well. Yeah. That's why Subnautica, even though it's an explorer, it does not actually sell as a horror thing, is such good horror because you don't expect it to be.
Oh yeah, there's actually a different game that's also underwater, but we could talk about those later. Now, the reason why do I sound normal? I really don't sound normal for me.
Go check it. Make sure.
I have my monitoring on it, so I hear myself. Okay, now I sound better. Okay, now the reason why I brought up the fear of the unknown is because that's what many people IRL way back, I'm talking BC era, before good old Christ, that him.
Oh dear God. Are we about to get religious here?
No. I hope we don't at some point.
Oh God, yes.
The only religious thing we'll probably talk about are demons, but we'll get to that at some point. Now.
Oh yeah.
Nothing makes the fear of the unknown better than the dark tales from different mythologies. And now,
yes.
Now, I gotta say this real quick before I continue with this. John over here is a huge. I'm trying to start the timer. He's a huge fan of mythology as a whole.
Any mythology you could actually genuinely think of: Chinese mythology, Norse mythology, fucking Hindu mythology. I know a little bit on. There is not a mythology that I don't know a bit on.
He could make a podcast where he talks about different mythologies. That's how much he knows about it. And
now here'd be the problem with that is there are plenty of other podcasts that do that and shit like that, and I would be scrutinized to hell and back.
Well, there's so many people doing the horror stuff on their podcast, and you don't think I might get the same thing?
That's true too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here. I mean, look at me.
You need to know about YouTube. Originality has been dead years ago.
Oh, it's been dead forever, dude. Yeah. Anyway, so you're saying, as the host was saying.
Here's a quick question. Favorite mythologies? What are yours?
If I wanted to go with something that's really stupid, I would go with the Hindu. But if I want to go with something amazing, I would go. Now, I should say this very, very precisely. Hindu mythology is not stupid. I'm saying it makes no sense sometimes to me. And it can make sense to anyone else. Absolutely. It can make sense to anyone else. It doesn't make sense to me sometimes. That's why I say it's so stupid sometimes. But if I really want to go with something fantastical, I would go with Norse. Norse mythology is so nice.
Man, I can't make a joke with you when you're just all hooked up with what you're saying. I was trying to say.
I take good shit literally. You should know this. That's why you invited me.
I know.
Because I was the literal one.
So I was trying to say, okay, all of India hates us now. Thank you.
Jeez. Okay.
So I pretty much didn't hear what you said. What was your favorite mythology?
Genuinely favorite, I'd say genuinely favorite is Greek because it's a good balance.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. All the mythologies that I know bits and pieces of mythology. The one I mostly know is Greek, so that's why they're my favorite. Immortus, what about you?
I know too.
Mine, I'd have to be. Believe it or not, I actually think Roman mythology. Well, here's the thing. There's one in particular.
Really?
One in particular.
Yeah.
It's weird that I say Roman mythology because when I grow my hair out, I almost look like a Roman Empire. Anyways.
Don't you mean a Roman emperor? Hold on. Don't you mean a Roman emperor?
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I had a little bit of sleep today, okay?
Isn't that what
So basically, my favorite. Okay, so it had to be Democles. I think I probably butchered it. So
Democles?
basically, he was a Roman centurion, right?
Yeah.
He was betrayed by his own men, right? So they're going out, they're going, they're just get charging, and then he sees his buddies like cowardly running away, and he gets stabbed with a spear. So a spirit, I think it was Deimos, maybe, brought
It
him
was
back
not
to
Deimos, actually.
no, it brought him back to life. He seeked vengeance, so he became this black centurion. His face is all white like a ghost, a spirit. He killed all the men that did him wrong. Like a slaughter fest. Like he just had hatred built into him. And he just went and just massacred. Like he just was unkillable. He said to the few commanders, I believe, "You lay in this place with my blood. I will spill your blood." Comes back with hell on his side. That is like one of my most enduring fucking mythologies ever. Like, you're just a normal guy, and you get killed, and your own men leave you behind, and you come back to fuck shit up.
Yeah, it's,
I think it's one of the coolest things ever. I don't know.
I think originally it didn't sound like it would be like, Dark Tales and shit, but that would be creepy on its own. Not gonna lie.
Oh, it was
so-
creepy what he looked
so-
like.
Talk about a vengeful spirit.
God.
Here.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh.
Okay, so actually, something interesting some people might like to know
Yeah.
is Democles' actual mythology is actually in a game that we can all play right now. It is Son of Rome, actually, if you've ever played it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Anyways,
Yeah,
back to the horror
it is.
subject. So back to
It
the
is
horror
a
stuff.
really good mythology.
Okay,
I
back to the
really
horror
love
stuff.
that one.
Now, oh my god, we turned into a mythology fucking podcast. Holy shit. Okay, now,
Dude,
what I'm trying
put
to
me
do-
in, like, Roman mythology, man. I'm sorry to kick you off, but that's like my strong suit right there. Like, that's my
Yeah,
blood.
oh yeah, everyone
But-
found out. Alright, so
Even though the Romans are dicks. Okay, but continue.
Oh, absolutely. Oh God, yes they were. Oh dear God, yes they were.
anyways,
Continue.
so what we're going to talk about are, so you've heard the example of a tale in Roman mythology. Now, the one tales, yeah, that makes sense. The tales that I want to talk about, that I want us to talk about, are favorite tales that creeped everyone out. Because like I said, fear of the unknown. You don't know what's actually out there. You don't know what dangers actually possess when you're outside of your house or outside of your land, I would say, your homeland. And you got a bunch of sailors and adventurers that will be like, yo, I saw this creepy ass demon. It caused all the whirlpools and shit. And you're terrified. You want you want to go near that. Even though some of them were like,
Right.
yo, we should check that out. Still to this day, people actually, like, the Jersey Devil, there are people out there in the Pine Barrens woods that are still waiting to this day to see proof of the Jersey Devil, when really it was just an urban legend. We'll get to those later on in a future
Oh
episode.
God, I am
Yes.
not looking forward to urban legends. Urban legends are gonna be so hard to fucking deal with.
So,
Especially for me. Oh god,
Oh, yeah,
that one's
especially-
gonna be hard
like
to
it's
talk
about,
about.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Hey guys, I want you to save it for the next episode. Actually, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
The next episode. So, I think the one thing I'll start with is my favorite one. It comes from Greek mythology. It comes from, what was the name of the tale? Odysseus, I think it was?
I think it's
right?
Odysseus. I think so.
Okay.
I think.
Anyways,
Can't
these
remember.
creatures are called sirens, and I don't mean the sirens that the boing, like the thing that you hear whenever tornadoes are spotted. No, those are, believe it or not, mermaid creatures. At least that's what I know them as. So let's see. I'm gonna try to, John. I want you to, correct me if
I'm
wrong.
controlling myself. No. I'll absolutely let you go because you got it right so far.
Oh no,
You got it right.
I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. So
Okay.
what I remember them as from the tale is that, talking about the sirens, what they actually do, not what they did to Odysseus.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different story.
Basically,
Holy shit.
their power is that they are to look like a beautiful mermaid creature. Like they're beautiful looking woman with a mermaid tail, and and they produce a lovely song, or as I like to say, a lovely hum, because that's pretty much what they do. They just they go, oh, like the Halo, like if you were to hear the Halo theme.
Oh, holy.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, and whatever, and they mostly do that to, I would say, sailors. because they're the ones that are
Specifically
out on the
lost sailors. Specifically.
Yeah, lost sailors. Yeah. So they were to hear the sirens' song, and they would basically be entranced by their voice, and they follow the source. When they get near the creature, or at least near the source, they first see a beautiful looking mermaid woman. But as soon as he gets close to them, that's when they show their true selves. They are deformed. They look terrifying. They look like if Satan was in love with like a fish. You know, they look terrifying.
I'm so sorry, but what?
I'm just saying they look like terrifying, and then they go in for the kill. Like they with all the snarl and all that shit. Yeah. Any sailor that gets tricked by a siren song, they're basically lost.
Oh, they are fucked.
Now, I remember hearing about them from the Odysseus tale. And I know for a fact I'm gonna get this wrong. But
okay.
I remember he ordered his men, because he knows that they're gonna cross path with, where sirens are mostly spotted. So he ordered his men to have earwax to cover their ears.
Yeah, no. It was straight up. They would drip wax into their ears.
Okay.
So that way, it wasn't like super hot wax, but it was like literally they made earplugs out of wax.
Okay. Yeah. So he ordered his men to have the wax in the ears so they don't hear the sound. But they also said to tie Odysseus to one of the sailing poles, right? Like on the deck?
I think I was wrong on there. It was not Odysseus himself. It was actually one of the crew members.
Oh.
It was one of the crew members, and he got to see this, so that way he could write it down, so to say.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, he had one of the sailors actually put on, it was either attached to the mast or attached to the front. I forget which one it was, and I'm certain people would be like, no, it's this way, that way. Anyway, to prove a point, they wanted to see, because one of the Odysseus' challenges was he needed to know directions to something. And in their songs was directions, but no one could fucking hear it because they die.
They hear the siren, or they come to the guy that's tied up. He hears the siren song, and then he starts freaking out because he's trying to get free because he wants to see, he wants to know where it's coming from, and he was saying it was such a beautiful song. He wants to go to that source, but because he's tied up, he's struggling. He's doing everything he can to break free. But yeah, I got to know more about sirens, and I want to say I'm glad I'm not in Greece at the time, because it's not just sirens. There's other shit that goes on. But obviously, I can't talk about
much other shit.
Otherwise, I'll talk about this throughout the whole segment. Immortus, you go.
For any other mythology, or just
Any
mythology you want to do?
Any mythology,
since it keeps okay, we're going to talk about Roman mythology again. I'm sorry, this is my strong suit. So, what about Mars or Hercules, even? I mean, he was weird. It's confusing, though, because, I don't know, or Jupiter or Mars, that's what I wanted. And then, what about Ares?
That's the problem, is they're gods. Yeah. Unfortunately, for those who don't know the difference between Greece and Roman,
it's stupid. It's
gods,
just mixed in. I hate it.
It's stupid bullshit, dude. They're supposed to be the same thing, but they have different things. Zeus. So funniest thing is they're copies of each other.
Yeah.
But no one knows the origin of either. But Romans are basically, their planets are basically the gods, and then the gods are and then Greek gods are actual their names, Zeus and shit like that. And then Zeus over there, I think, is Jupiter.
I just call them
probably wrong.
I just call the Romans the epiphany of plagiarism, because it's not just gods. It's any other war tactic that they got from their enemies. They use it on them as well.
Well, here's the funniest part, is they do change it a little bit. Not much,
I guess,
a little bit. They do change it, so they're not absolute plagiarism. They're parodies, if anything else.
Anyway, so
Mars would be mine to go to.
All right. What tale do you remember of Mars?
Oh, like I said, it ties both in. Okay, so he's basically his counterpart.
Mars is actually pretty cool, honestly.
Mars is like the god of war. He's known as that.
Yeah.
And then his counterpart, his Greek counterpart, is Ares. It's weird, but he's a guardian of agriculture, god of spring, fertility, growth, and nature. So he's like a war god, but he has nature, fertility, growth,
Yeah.
all this. And he was just known as to be. He was He was not really popular, I would say, because Ares took over in a way. Like Ares is more popular than him
I guess so,
in
yeah.
the way of worship. There's not too much on him. I could say my last piece of it, like I said, if it was Ares, I would be able to talk to for days. But
Yeah.
Mars, he's an animal nature of man, aggressive, anger, and survival, all that in one. So he's just
He's pretty much
this.
terrifying on his own.
He's on his own. He's his own god. He's just a god of, in a way, a war, but he's not really talked about. So Ares is the one that's like more talked
I mean,
about.
well, just hearing
Like he,
just hearing God of War, you know, obviously that's
yeah.
no
Yeah.
one wants war, so why would there be a God of war? You know,
Right.
because war is terrifying on its own.
Indeed.
But
Indeed.
yeah. So all right, John, mythology man, you go.
It's just
I have to choose one thing. Shit,
Yes,
what the
one
fuck,
because
man?
we only have about 4.5 minutes.
What? Oh, motherfuckers. Okay, so, fuck. I have to choose something dark.
Okay, yeah, dark.
Let's go with the Hydra. Fucking classic,
Ooh.
right there.
Ooh,
Hydra.
that's a good one.
Okay, so here's something that I want to point out is we all know the fucking Hydra from like Hercules, like the Disney movie and shit like that,
Yeah.
right?
Hydra.
That shit is a fucking lie. That shit is so much of a lie. So the actual fucking story of the Hydra is if you cut off a head, fucking another head would grow back.
Like cut off one head, two more pops up.
No, just one. So this thing had infinite heads, but here's the problem. So how it was actually fucking defeated was the Hydra had poisonous fucking breath. It would paralyze you to death. That's one part of it that was wrong. I think the other things of it was its bite force could rip you in half. It didn't have much in terms of claws, but if it did hit you with them, I think they were sharp enough to slice hair, like microscopically slice hair, is if I remember that correctly.
Okay.
So this thing would shred you apart if it didn't eat you first. And then, so the way to kill it, or at least what Hercules found out, was as he was fighting it, it was just a stamina battle, and he was losing stamina fast. He actually had help doing it. I forget what his name was.
We could probably look it
Shit.
up. So it was. You said it was Hercules, right? That was
It was Hercules and one other.
who helped Hercules kill the Hydra.
Technically, the Hydra was supposed to be part of his 10 labors. To make that very specific. It was originally 10 labors, but turned to 12 because the fucking king was an asshole. So,
It was his nephew Lolas.
yes.
Lolas. That's
He is a fucking asshole anyway. So he had help, and he found out that burning the stumps after he cut off the head made sure they didn't come back. So he cut them all off and found out that one of the heads, even if you like burned the stump, was alive. So it was possible that the Hydra could come back from a head. So what he did was he made a fucking pit and then punched a giant hole into a boulder, stuffed the head in there, and then sunk the fucking boulder into the ground with chains and kept it there. And that is how he fucking stopped the Hydra.
The thing can't be killed, so they imprison it.
Yep.
Okay. Now, before anyone says, well, hold on.
Now,
Actually,
here's
just
something funny.
Hold on.
Here's something funny.
Just to make sure, wasn't there a Godzilla monster that's also called a Hydra?
God. I
So-
was hoping you wouldn't bring that up.
I
was so hoping you wouldn't bring that
if
up.
I didn't, someone in the comments would be like, "Wait, you talking about Godzilla or mythology here?" No, we're talking about the actual Greek mythology.
No, we're talking about the mythology. Godzilla is a whole different thing. It's complete fiction.
No, there wasn't a.
So is
giant
technically
lizard.
mythology.
No, there
But
wasn't
besides
a-
the point.
Yeah, there wasn't a giant lizard in Japan that defeated the fucking Greek monster.
God damn. But no. So King Ghidorah is who you're thinking of. Is what they're talking about. And no, that is not how King Ghidorah works. I want to beat you if that's what you say. I will fucking beat you if
Well,
you
the thing
say
is,
that.
even, like I said, even if I didn't bring it up, someone in the comments will definitely have brought it up.
Again, and I will say to the comments, you fucking retards.
Okay, well, all right, Foxy, bleep that out. Oh my god.
Oh, I can say that because I'm retarded.
Chill. All right? I want to make sure I'm monetized. Oh my god.
This is all
okay.
joke. Everyone for disclaimer
Hey,
purpose.
yeah, our humor.
All jokes.
All
Jokes.
I mean, our humor.
God damn it,
fucked up.
fuck me. Put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. Disclaimer, all jokes.
Well, here's the problem. You know, many people will like our dark humor. YouTube themselves, though, they won't like it.
YouTube will fucking punish us.
Okay, all right.
Oh god, I hate myself.
All right, we gotta continue. We're now at the final segment, and it's a little mini game that I thought we could throw into the cabin as well. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's
Sorry,
right. We're in a cabin. Fuck, I forgot.
Yeah, this is something that a lot of people have done, like on YouTube, whether they did the podcast or not. Some of them they did it by themselves. Some of them they did it with a group. You know. Something that we're doing. It's a little battle between creepypasta characters and horror film ones. So,
oh god.
what I figured we could do throughout the rest of our time during the podcast, I can't even see the time through OBS, 44 minutes in. I think we're doing pretty good. Anyways, I figured we just do a little mini game. What we could do is that I'm going to name two characters, one from horror films, one from creepypastas, and you guys basically have to say, like, their
choose one
strengths and
side and
weaknesses.
then fight it out, basically.
Well, yeah, fight it out. Like, strength and weaknesses. Like, who you guys think would win. Now, you guys could agree, you guys could disagree. All there is that your opinion matters, I guess. That's the whole point of this bull crap.
Will you be joining us in this battle, too?
I could throw in, like, information about different characters, but it's mostly focused on you guys, like, your opinions.
Sorry.
Yes. So, to start off with...
yeah, this is a great episode to start out with a runny nose. Great.
Well, I mean, earlier I couldn't get, I couldn't stop echoing somehow through the audio.
I know. But anyway, continue.
Anyways, I think we'll start off with, I don't know if this would be easy. I'm just trying to think of one, like, at the top of my head who would mostly fight against each other. Alright, creepypasta character, Slenderman. Horror film character, Jason Voorhees.
Oh, I think that's a no-brainer right there. I genuinely think that Slenderman would win that one. Hands down.
Okay, Immortus, your opinion?
Boy, so... I mean, Slenderman can't really die. That's the problem.
Well, not
like
Jason.
They haven't really found... I mean, ways, yes, maybe like flashlights, but the only thing... Oh my god, my nose, dude. So basically...
Dude, what the fuck is with this episode causing us all fucking runny nose? What the hell?
I think it's
fucking allergy.
Like, you can instantly just look at Slenderman and you're done. Yeah. Your nose bleeds, you start going crazy. I don't know what to really say. I mean, it's just... You're screwed.
But now what about...
I mean,
Jason? 'Cause he also can't die either.
I mean, I would have to say, like, if we want to give Voorhees a chance, he's still... Technically, Voorhees is a demon, so he doesn't have a form in general.
True. But at the same time, Jason, he's been blown up, set on fire, electrocuted, he's been decapitated, sent back to hell, came back. But he can die.
Oh, he absolutely can, but I don't know where we're sitting because, unfortunately, there's also different versions of Jason.
There's so many.
Fucking Jason Prime, which is apparently the best version of Jason, and he's augmented to all hell.
Oh, yeah.
It's scary. I see what it looks like. It's fucked.
So then, okay, so John says Slenderman might win. Immortus, what about you?
Honestly, it depends.
I guess it depends on the version of Jason. I guess it's the...
It really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was like really... Jason X, then Slenderman's fucked. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Jason X would be like, bye!
No, Jason X is... Isn't there a version where Jason is actually God? Wait, I actually forgot about that. Jesus Christ.
But like,
I can just imagine
honestly,
like Jason just going Super Saiyan and shit.
Oh at the end of the day, it really depends.
Yeah.
So like, if it was this normal Jason, like human Jason, Slenderman wins. You got, but at the end of the day, Jason would win. It really depends on the version. Otherwise, Slenderman would win against half of the versions.
Alrighty then.
So
there we go.
And what's even worse is most of the time we see Slenderman with the pages. The pages don't do shit. Like, he will still kill you at the end.
If anything, it makes it more aggressive. We've We've all seen the fucking games. The more pages you get, the more aggressive he gets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
it does not matter because he will still get you at the end. There is no version of any game where you don't die from Slenderman.
All right, so we got that, and you guys in the comments, you guys could put down your opinions on who you think would win. All right, now let's go with another one. Let's see. We're gonna go with Freddy Krueger versus, let's say,
Jeff the Killer?
Jeff the Killer, sure.
That one's harder, actually. I just made it harder for us.
Well, someone has actually done it before, and they all have different opinions. So, all right.
God, that
go
one's
ahead.
hard. Because Jeff can never sleep, so technically,
Yeah.
Freddy
Yeah.
Freddy would never be able to bring him into the dream world. But that doesn't mean Freddy can't come into the real world.
Yeah, I've seen multiple times from those films. His
Yes,
weakness
yes.
is coming out
And-
of the dream world.
Freddy can shapeshift. He could take someone else's body. He's done it before. He did it.
Wait, wait.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a
I think it
dream
was the
demon,
second
remember?
one, the third one. He took over. God, I can't remember his name. He took over his body because he needed something. He's like, me and you are the same. I can't remember. But Freddy's like, me and you are the same. I'm going to be in your body. And he did the laugh, and then he was like, here I am. He would start things. He would, do all this. But at the same time,
But here's the problem.
yes.
So here's the worst part about it is, technically, Freddy has no power in the real world. I think that's
True.
He has no power.
But neither
Depends.
does Jeff.
Depends.
He's only a regular serial killer.
Right, he is.
Yeah.
Like, he is, like, but
But
at
so
the
is
same
Jeff.
time-
Jeff is also another, just regular serial killer. Jeff doesn't have powers at all. He just cut his fucking eyelids and is really good at stalking people.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, like, if he can't sleep, Freddy can shapeshift. He can.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Even in the real world, he did it. Like, that's
But
how
there's
he
no
was
way
able
he
to...
could-
Sorry.
So here's the best thing about that is we say he can shapeshift, he can take bodies and shit. That's another thing. He can't fucking take Jeff's body if he wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
Because
he's
he
a
might be a
host.
killer.
Right.
Yeah.
So I actually want
But
to
I'm saying-
I want to put my thoughts into
What?
this. So here's how
Okay.
here's how
I
it
can
would
keep
work
going, though.
basically. I already have the battle imagined in my head. So
Okay.
Freddy, what he has to do, if he wants the upper hand in the battle, is to keep Jeff asleep and try to go in for the kill as much as he can.
But-
he wouldn't have.
But there's no way to get him to sleep, though.
That's the thing. So, yeah, that is. Actually, yeah, that's a good point because he cut his eyelids.
Yeah, there's no way for him to put him to sleep because, remember, he has no goddamn eyelids. He's
Okay.
always awake.
Well, okay, well, the thing is that I've heard it's also
Wait.
possible to fall asleep with your eyes open. So,
But
Fair enough.
that's what makes this very weird is for some reason he can't fall asleep whatsoever.
okay, well, let's imagine that he did. Somehow he
Okay,
fell asleep
if
with his eyes
we would
open.
make this realistic, he can't fall asleep. So that
Yeah.
would mean...
Here's the thing.
yeah,
If he could shapeshift, okay? Shapeshift in this guy's bodies. If Freddy took over this body, he has powers in that body.
Oh, yeah.
He could start a grill on fire with just his hands. That's
He
the
set you on
problem.
fire, basically.
He can. He has powers. Even though if he's not in the dream world, he's in Earth. But his body is in somebody else's, and he's taking control. Therefore, the powers come through that body.
Ah,
Because it was in the second or third, I think it was Dream World. Or something like that. I think it was the third or second Freddy. I
I
can't
think it was
remember.
somewhere there.
I think it was the third one. It was the third one.
Yeah.
And he took control of the guy's body, and he was just setting the pool on fire. He was cutting people in half like it was nothing. He was doing this, throwing shit at him.
I'm sorry,
I was
to cut
like,
you off, but I just imagine when someone in the comments would be like, "No, you dumbasses! It's the fourth one or something."
it's been a while since I've seen Freddy, dude, and that's my favorite
It's
character.
really hard.
And that's what that's where I stand. He does have power, even if he's not in the dream world. If he could shapeshift into that person's body while they're sleeping, and this guy was sleeping, so if Freddy were to think ahead of time, he'd be like, "All right, I could do something." Freddy would have the upper hand, but Let's
You're
just
gonna
say
talk to me,
realistically
bitch.
he didn't do it. Freddy would be screwed, in my opinion.
Well, I
Well,
mean, and this is
yeah.
also a theoretical battle. There
Yeah.
would be no like genuine purpose for him to go after Jeff to begin with because Jeff has never done
Exactly.
anything.
You
Jeff
know,
doesn't just leave anybody alive. He kills everybody.
well, John, here's the
So
thing.
even if
All
you were to go
these,
after his family, he
Well,
would have
Freddy.
killed.
it's. Well, here's the thing. Oh,
God
shit.
damn it.
Oh no, he disconnected. Uh-oh.
Oh
Uh-oh.
fuck!
Okay, we're gonna pause here. We're gonna pause here for a bit. Can I pause this? I cannot pause this. Okay, that's fine. We're recording. So, yeah, Foxy.
We'll just make it.
yeah, just
We'll
pause it.
just make it a little bit. Make it a little bit longer. Cut out the middle, and then we'll
Well,
just
yeah,
be
yeah. So,
here.
Foxy, at this point, you can cut out. There he is.
Oh my god, that's so dumb.
Swear to
We
fuck.
saw
It's a
that.
good thing we're not live.
Wow.
So, what I was trying to say, John.
Don't you just love your internet when it cuts out at the wrong fucking time?
Oh, yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Fucker.
All
right.
So, okay, Foxy, back here, back to live. Okay, sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty going on
Yes.
Immortus's end. His internet cut out for a bit, but we're back. So, what I was trying to say earlier was that,
You're good.
John,
Continue.
all these battles are theoretical because none of them are real. I hope you realize that.
Nope.
Like,
Yep.
I mean, there could be someone that could act like Jeff, but let's be honest, if you cut out your eyelids, it's going to be bad for your eyes, you'll go blind, and I'm pretty sure from there you'll die. Or something like that.
You'd still
Well,
be
if-
technically
if-
alive. You
you
could be
would
alive with
technically-
no eyes.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Just
All I know
It
is that
would
it's
be
really bad
shit
for
for
your
you.
health. Anyways, so,
Right.
so
right.
okay, so Immortus, you say Freddy would win. John, you
My
basically say
opinion.
Jeff would win because
I
yeah.
would genuinely have to think that Jeff could win, but again, I don't know that much about Freddy. All I know is I've seen
Well,
the
I mean, he
first.
did say-
and that,
He did mention like what most of his
Yeah,
strengths basically become.
but
Yeah.
again, I think Jeff has a few powers. I'm not certain.
Right.
I think.
Now,
I
It's
don't
only
know
if
on
Jeff
that
falls
one.
asleep, he's done. That's all.
If Jeff falls asleep, if theoretically Jeff falls asleep, oh, he's done. He's goddamn obliterated.
but as long as he stays awake, then he's pretty much still alive.
He's
Right.
still
But
pretty much still alive, and that would also mean that there would have to be someone nearby Jeff for him to be possessed too, which would be a problem too.
Okay,
Yeah.
So this next one, this is gonna obviously gonna be purely fucking theoretical. It is, and this is something that I just saw on the internet. Cujo versus Smile Dog. Obviously, we know who would win this one. No,
God.
obviously, we know who would win this one.
So let's go over what each combatant had. Cujo was based on a true story, which was I think it was a Saint Bernard got rabies and started going nuts.
Yeah, just went nuts, basically.
Jingle, jingle, Santa Claus, Santa's going nuts. Anyway, sorry, Game Grumps, I had to fight. Copyright. Cut it out.
Nuts.
I probably got problems. Santa Claus going nuts. Anyway, I fucking
Okay,
love
so,
that one.
so Cujo got rabies, or at least.
Okay. God.
I don't think he had rabies in that movie. They just made him a killer dog. But I actually didn't know it was based on a
Yeah.
true story. Not gonna lie.
Who's a good boy?
But then Smile Dog. Oh, that's I think just based on this, since it's based on a true story that Cujo's based on, yeah, I think Smile might have this one since it's purely theoretical.
Really? Are you serious?
But Smile Dog, for those of you who don't know, was an internet fantastic fucking bullshit where if you saw this dog outside your window, which always looked like a husky,
No,
I have never seen it in any
you're
other
wrong.
version of dog.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
What other version?
It's a fucking image.
That's
is
it?
An image. That's all it is. It's an image. If you were to get a file attachment and you see that image, you start getting nightmares every time you go to sleep, unless you forward the message. If you don't get the message for 3 days, the picture morphs into a more demonic dog, and you get even worse nightmares. Now, when I say that this is obvious, it means I already got my opinion. Cujo would fucking win, because Smile Dog is just a fucking image.
You set this the fuck up.
Not really. I
Yes, because you said theoretics. If we gave Smile Dog a body, then there would actually be a fight here.
well, okay, if we're gonna go that way, as far as I'm aware of, well, both these dogs, these demonic dogs, they don't really have any powers. They're just normal dogs going for the kill.
Smile Dog technically does, because if you see him, you go insane, is what I've heard.
Okay, well, so do you think? Well, Cujo's already insane. How could he be even more insane?
He start ripping out his own throat. Dogs have been known to do that. Dogs have been known to start mutilating themselves if they literally go through enough trauma.
I feel bad for them now.
Oh yeah, I feel bad
God.
too. Wait a minute.
Okay, well, okay, so that's your opinion. So Smile Dog wins. Immortus, what about you?
Experience. I've seen Cujo. Smile Dog. Yeah, like I said, like you go off of that example of it's just a picture. Yeah, honestly, you'll have nightmares, but like Cujo, that dog, dude, it's a Saint Bernard. That thing's big. It's just gonna go to town. Depending, I mean, it even depends on like how many rabies it has, like or like type of rabies where it makes it just bloodthirsty as hell.
Oh
You know what I mean?
like
if it has more than one, and it just kind of eats
I thought of another
Cujo,
theoretical, theoretical fight.
Okay, hold on, before you continue with that, I just remembered I forgot to unpause my timer. Whoops.
You son of a bitch.
Man.
We're gonna go with it's been about 10 minutes, right? We'll go with we'll go with 5 minutes. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Jesus.
okay,
So go ahead.
I have a fight. I have a legitimate fight to think of. So this is another theoretical, and it's going to be based on this one: Cujo versus Cocaine Bear.
Oh no.
I think the bear might win.
A bear.
I think Cujo has a chance on this one.
Give a bear cocaine, it's gonna go ape shit.
Well, you have to remember that the fucking movie had that bear fucking pass the fuck out. So
yeah, well,
I guess Cocaine Bear has the ability of unpredictability, but still insane ferocity.
Well, yeah. Well, you see how big bears are compared to Saint Bernards, right?
I know, and Saint Bernards have been known to kill bears. Dead honest.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, time for another battle. I think I'm at time for two more.
Okay.
We're gonna go with the It monster versus. Okay, how about this? It's in its Pennywise form. Pennywise the Clown versus Laughing Jack.
That's one I don't know of.
Oh.
What's Laughing Jack?
Laughing Jack is basically this. Like as you were a kid, you have imaginary friends.
Yeah.
That's what Laughing Jack.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
When he chooses the victim, which is always a kid, by the way. He basically becomes their imaginary friend. And the thing is that without the parents knowing, it's like actual paranormal activity shit.
Sorry.
When the time is right, the parents, let's just say that the parents get slowly more and more insane because Laughing Jack, appears sometime. His whole point, his whole goal is to take the children when the parents are gone. And most of the time, he makes the parents, do some harm on a kid because in their head, they think they're harming this maniac clown, like spirit clown. And then the parents arrive, or not the parents, the police arrive, and they only see the parent literally almost trying to kill the child, and when they survive, and the parent is taken to jail, that's when Laughing Jack takes the kid and takes it to his carnival and kills the kid from there. So,
holy shit!
Oh, yes. Look, creepypastas might be a joke nowadays, but Laughing Jack is, he's actually one of my favorites.
Holy shit! So, what was the first one? It was the It Clown.
I
think It wins. It wins. Every fucking time It wins. There's
let's discuss it.
No way in hell. Okay, I don't feel a need to discuss this, but okay.
Well, you felt you need to discuss the Smile Dog and Cujo one.
Well, because I think theoretically Smile Dog has a chance, but it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
so what would you think the It monster would win?
I seriously think it would be It.
But you need to know, like, its power is fear. That's all it is.
Yes. Yes. But you know what else it eats? Souls. Spirits.
Well, so does Laughing Jack.
Well, Laughing Jack, even as a demonic form or anything like that, I don't think with as long as it has been alive,
Yeah.
quote unquote, because it's been alive since the beginning of. If we were to follow the goddamn like lore of it, it's been alive for the beginning of time. So I think just out of experience alone, it wins.
Even though he only resurfaces like about every 27 years or something like
Yeah.
that. Right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Immortus, what about you?
I gotta go with Smiling Jack. I'm sorry, but
Oh,
his
Laughing Jack,
powers
really?
are
Why?
crazy.
Oh, hold on.
His
Okay,
powers are crazy.
Oh.
He
Oh my
causes
God.
insanity.
The man
He
can go
causes
invincible. He's got dark magic. He could just teleport. I mean, yes, he can turn into a monster, but he has a weakness. You don't have to be scared. You fight fear.
Yeah, see,
Like,
that's what I was trying to
That's
say.
it.
The
He's
monster's
weakness.
weakness is bravery.
Yes.
If Laughing Jack is
And
not
it-
afraid of the monster, there's nothing that the monster could do.
Right. But if Smiling Jack is afraid, then, well, it has a chance. But Smiling Jack has a lot more powers.
Well,
So does it. Wait, hold on. How many of us actually have read the It novel?
I have. I
I
busted
have
it out
read
in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so
The books.
there is actually some like disconcerting things about it that you should know.
Yeah.
It has the ability to literally shape time and space. This is not a joke. So
I know.
that's part one. So literally, Jack doesn't have to begin to be afraid. He can see and be like, "Oh, that ain't scary," and then warp his fucking manifestation to a point where he is. Like, this is genuinely what it does. This is how it works. He can warp your very mind and the fabric of reality to a point where you are.
You think
I
H.P.
don't think
Lovecraft-
has a chance.
You think H.P.
I mean,
Lovecraft
if he
is a
even-
crazy author? Wait till you hear about Stephen King.
Right? Like, there's so many, like if it didn't do that, like, if he got, like I said, it could be a balance. Like, one can win. It could be
I
a tie. It could win. Jack could win. Well, and, you know, I mean, I honestly think Jack would, but, and like I said, I have read the books too, but I'm thinking ahead. You know, like if it doesn't do, you know, if he's not fully powered out yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if he is, then well,
Well, there you go.
the fucking thing turns into a spider. Like,
that is-
goddamn. Like, ew, man.
So that's one for Laughing Jack, one for Pennywise. Well then.
Yeah.
I genuinely think it might be a tie here.
Yeah. I mean, well,
To be
so far it's
honest.
been all the time because honestly, here's the thing. John, you mostly went for creepypastas. Immortus, you went for horror films. In this one round, switched. Holy shit, that's actually insane.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
It's
okay,
crazy,
now
isn't
Before
it?
you say anything, guys, I want to say this to all people that are spreading misinformation about Pennywise the clown being the main monster. No, he's not. It's just a form that the It monster mostly represents because a lot of children fear clowns. So, you know,
Indeed. Yeah.
anyone saying Pennywise is the
He
main
was
monster
also
from
based off
It-
of Bozo the Clown
well,
when he
yeah.
started
Oh,
going on
God.
his rampage.
I thought you said Zozo. I'd be like, oh no,
Oh,
we don't
No,
talk
no,
about
no,
that.
no,
No.
no.
You never say his name 3 times. Fuck.
No, the thing is that we're going to
Wait,
talk about.
you almost said it. You've almost said it twice. Shut up.
I said it once.
I'd
I was
rather
like,
put
that's
bloody
the
Mary.
one you don't talk about because that's a real one.
Yeah.
Besides, okay, now we're getting off topic. I'm sorry. Save that for a second
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
But
well,
say
no,
we were
wait,
on the
no,
topic
we're
of
not
clowns
gonna-
and
We're
everything.
not going to
Yeah.
save that demon for another
No,
episode.
we're not saying that name ever.
It's he who cannot be
Ever.
named.
Fuck,
You
The
no.
cannot.
Harry Potter kind of demon.
Oh,
Seriously,
God.
like, as much as people... Okay, I know this is off topic. I know, I mean, we've got a few
We're
minutes to
gonna
cut.
do-
This
We're
is
gonna
a
kill
public
you.
health warning.
This is a warning.
Yeah.
You guys, as much as I love horror, and to be honest, demons are not to be played with. It's a real thing. Angels are a thing. It's real.
So it's
People think
Immortus.
it's not real. I'm like, it's here. All this stuff is real, man. Angels and
Now,
demons,
for-
that's real. I'm sorry, but I don't know what to
Now,
tell you.
for
That's, I don't mess with that.
So I'm gonna go over the ones that don't believe this shit. If you really want to fucking test your faith and see how things are, you fucking go ahead and say that name 3 times. We are not going to repeat it in any way, shape, or form because we actually fear for our lives. Because there is documented actual proof of this specific demon, which is also called, if I can remember, the Ouija board demon.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
If you look up the Ouija board demon, you will find plenty of fucking things referencing this.
Oh, yeah.
We are not joking. We absolutely do not want you guys to cause yourselves harm. We do not recommend you pursue this fucking goal. But if you're one of those that don't believe that shit doesn't exist, then don't go after it. Don't try to prove it. This is one of those ones where we say, stay away.
Yes. Yeah.
You're doing
Sorry, off topic.
We are
but,
horror
you know.
junkies. We love horror. We are horror
Right.
junkies. We love horror.
Yes.
Even on this podcast, we do not dare speak that name.
Oh, God.
And I'm
I
sure
mean, we
there
will.
are many podcasts that hate that name too.
Yeah, and the thing is that, talking about it on its own, it is. Whew, I feel scared just thinking about it, honestly.
Dude, that thing scares me to the core.
And here's
Like,
the thing
that
I
thing
follow.
can show up anywhere.
And here's the thing
That's
that
the
I
worst
follow.
part.
Here's the thing that I follow. If it scares Immortus, it's gonna scare the shit out of you.
Right, and here's the thing, too. This should be a second or third. I think this would be cool.
We're near the end of the episode anyway.
In a
so,
way.
Yeah, go ahead.
The third or second episode, I think. I think what we should cover on is phobias.
Actually,
The horrors
Oh,
behind
yes!
phobias.
Well,
The phobias. Because, no, shit you not, I actually have one.
Same here.
I am
Same here.
scared of mirrors. Because at nighttime, my mind dissolutes into its own self. Yes, I can't look at mirrors at night. I freak out. Because I always think something's just not going to move. It's going to stand there. I've always been like that. As a kid.
Oh,
here's the thing,
that's a
Immortus.
reasonable fear. That's a reasonable
Well,
fear.
here's the thing.
And
I do have fears
it is-
as one of the list of things we'll talk about. But
Wait, what's our time? What's our time?
Yeah.
We're already near the end, so we're just
Okay.
getting everything out that we can.
Okay, that's fine.
There is
Anything.
a lot of things that we can talk about: fears, demons, and all
Right.
this shit.
If
we are covering.
even if
yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to cut you off. Even if we have extra time, I think we should talk about extra topics, and then those extra topics could be talked about a little bit more, and then just cut time in between. If there's
Sounds like
extra
a fucking
fragments we don't have, we can sneak them in, and then the episode will be at good length. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
We're
that
definitely-
sounds.
We're already like an hour into the recording.
Right, yeah.
So I think
that'd be interesting.
I think we did plenty of time. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's so much horror shit that we're going to talk about here in the podcast,
Right.
and I actually can't wait to talk about all these with you guys. If you guys want to know, if you guys want to know when our episodes come out, you can subscribe to the channel. I'm actually in the process of trying to make the Horror Cabin Podcast its own channel, but as of right now, I'm going to put it on my own personal channel, Roho the Demon Wolf. So you can like the video, subscribe it, share it with a friend who could also be a horror junkie, or if you want to scare the shit out of them. I do it with my brother a lot, but he's getting more and more brave nowadays, and I'm kind of sad about that. So, I want to say thank you guys for watching. Let us know down below what your favorite moment of the episode was, and also leave out your own opinions on everything that we talked about. Your favorite mythology, your favorite Backrooms level, and also who you think would win, creepypastas or horror films. What?
Hey, bro, before you absolutely end the video, may I do a thing? May I do a thing? Make this a little bit creepy.
I'm scared what you're about to do. Okay, so I think everyone, thank you for listening. Goodbye. Everyone say
No, don't you dare end it. I want to do my thing.
Well, it's do what? Do what?
And thank
Do
you
what?
for joining us in this creepy, creepy house. Adieu.
It's a cat.
And-
Okay.
For me, I would like to say I appreciate being on the stream and everything, and then I would like to say.
Oh, I can't wait to get
Alright.
what
Yes.
that actually sounds like. So, once again, thank you guys for watching. And till then, we hope to see you guys in the cabin again very shortly. So, have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.